Bright Tuty. Every student matters.
Now let's move on to another topic, which is drainage system. Now we will look at the river system belonging to each category, which is the Himalayan rivers category and the peninsular rivers category. So the Himalayan rivers category, they are the rivers which originate in the Himalayas, okay? And this category has three important river systems, and they are the Indus system, the Ganga system, and the Brahmaputra system. Alright, in the similar manner, in the later part of this topic, we will look at the river systems which originate in the peninsula and flows in the peninsular region of our country. Okay. Now, among these three river systems, the Ganga and the Brahmaputra river systems are extremely important for our country. Okay, extremely important for the northern part of our country. In fact, all three are important, but the drain basin, they form two main drain basins, and they are Indus drain basin and another is Ganga Brahmaputra drain basin, which means the area where it drains its water, the area, the mouth where it drains, and there the formations that it develops. Alright, so these are very important drain basins in our country, which are formed by three important river systems of the Himalayan rivers, which are the Indus, Ganga, and Brahmaputra river systems. Now we'll look at each of them, okay, one by one. So the first one that we are going to look at is the Indus system. Now the Indus river forms the Indus river system, right? Now the Indus river, it flows for about 2900 kilometers. Okay, so the distance that it covers by flowing from the source to its mouth is 2900. Okay, about, not exactly but approximately. Okay, it originates in the Himalayas in western part of Tibet near Lake Mansarovar. Okay, and it flows through Ladakh and Gilgit area in Jammu and Kashmir. Okay, and as it flows, it is joined by several tributaries. We know what tributaries are. Those smaller streams which join the main river is called the tributaries. So this Indus river also is joined by many tributaries. Some of them are extremely important. Now, 1/3 of its basin is in the Indian states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab. Alright, so the area that it covers, that the system covers, 1/3 of it lies in the Indian part, which covers the states of Jammu and Kashmir, Himachal Pradesh, and Punjab, and the rest of it is in Pakistan. Alright, because the river flows through India and then drains into Arabian Sea by flowing through Pakistan, our neighboring country. Okay. Now the total drainage area that it covers is about 11,65,500 square kilometer. Out of that, 4,53,250 square kilometer lies in the Himalayan mountains and foothills. So the area that it covers, less than half is located in the Himalayan mountains, and the rest is in the semi-arid plains of Pakistan. Semi-arid means semi-dry. Semi-dry. Okay. Now the word Indus, it comes from the Sanskrit word which is Sindhu. Okay, and this word or the name of Indus or Sindhu is also mentioned in Rig Veda. Rig Veda is the oldest literature. Okay, so The mention of this river is also found in Rig Veda. And the name of our country, India, is actually derived from the name of this river, which is Sindhu or Indus. Okay. So that was the Indus river system. Now let us look at the Ganga system. Now the length of the Ganga system, or the distance that it covers when it flows from from the source to the mouth, is 2510 kilometers. Okay. It is wide and sluggish stream, meaning that it does not flow rapidly throughout its course. It takes its time to flow. Alright? It flows through one of the most fertile and densely populated regions of India, which is the northern plains, where we have the states of Uttar Pradesh, Bihar, right? So that part is the most fertile and densely populated region of our country. So the origin of Ganga river is also in the Himalayas on the Indian side of the Tibet border. Okay. Now the river Ganga is formed by 5 head streams. There are five smaller streams which come together, join, and then from there the river Ganga begins its journey. So the 5 head streams of Ganga is Bhagirathi, Alaknanda, Mandakini, Dhauli Ganga and Pindar. Okay. Now as river Ganga begins its journey, it cuts through southern Himalayas. Okay, so it originates from the northern part of Himalayas and then it cuts through the southern part of the Himalayas and comes from the mountains at Rishikesh. So it comes out of the mountainous range in Rishikesh. And from there it flows into the Haridwar plain. Okay, so Rishikesh is the point where it ends its mountainous journey and then begins its journey in the plain. And as it flows through the northern plain and reaches Bangladesh, there it is joined by Brahmaputra river, another important Himalayan river. And as it joins Brahmaputra in Bangladesh, the rivers which join that jointly formed river by Ganga and Brahmaputra is called Padma. Okay. And this Padma river again meets another river called Meghna. Okay. And finally it drains itself into the Bay of Bengal through numerous channels. So as it drains, it forms numerous channels. Alright. The largest of that channel is called Meghna estuary. Alright. And then these channels, they form deltas. And that delta formed by the Ganga Brahmaputra river is called the Sundarban Delta or the Sundarbans. Alright. So here you can see Ganga river and then you can also see the Brahmaputra river and then they meet in Bangladesh, becomes Padma, and then again it meets Meghna river and then it flows it drains into the Bay of Bengal through various channels and forms the Sundarbans. So this delta formed by the Ganga Brahmaputra river is called Sundarbans Delta. The next river system, another important river system, is the Brahmaputra river system. Now, the word Brahmaputra comes from a Sanskrit word and then it means son of Brahma, Brahmaputra. Okay, son of Brahma. It is also called Yarlung Zangbo. Okay, it is one of the great rivers of South Asia or the southern part of Asia. Its source is called Chemayungdung Glacier. Alright, it's also in Tibet. It flows for nearly 1,126 km in an easterly direction. So if this is the source, which is Chemayungdung Glacier, then it flows in the east direction. Okay, and the upper course of this river is called Sangpo or the purifier. okay, and then it receives various tributaries in Tibet. Now from there it was flowing in east direction, right, and from there it comes south and then west. Now as it takes that direction, it enters Assam, okay, and in Assam, Sangpo becomes Brahmaputra. Alright, the river is called Brahmaputra. Now after flowing for 800 kilometers in this direction, it turns south again and then enters Bangladesh. Here it meets its friend Ganga. So this is Brahmaputra and Ganga. Alright, and together it flows into Bay of Bengal. Alright, and here when they meet, they divide into two channels. The main channel is called Jamuna River. Alright, and finally it ends its long journey by draining into the Bay of Bengal. So that was the Himalayan rivers, or the river system belonging to the Himalayan rivers category. Now we look on to the peninsular rivers. Alright, now the peninsular rivers, for them the most important watershed or the divide is the Western Ghat. So the Western Ghat acts as a watershed. Watersheds divides the river systems. It also acts as an area which determines the flow of the direction of the river. So Western Ghats play the role of watershed for the peninsular rivers. Now the main peninsular rivers are Kaveri, Krishna, Godavari and Mahanadi. Okay, most of them flow eastward. Now the watershed Western Ghat. The Western Ghat acts as a watershed, and most of the rivers in peninsular area, they flow eastward and drain into the Bay of Bengal. Alright? And they make deltas at their mouths. So the spot or the places where they end their journey, at their mouths, they make deltas. Okay? Small streams flow west of the Western Ghats. So it doesn't mean that all the rivers flow eastward. There are small streams and small rivers and others as well which flow in the western side of the Western Ghats. Tapti and Narmada, they are the two long rivers, the only two long rivers which flow west. Okay, others are small streams. And these river systems which are in the peninsular region of our country, they have small drainage basin. They do not have massive or huge drainage basin like that of Indus, like that of Brahmaputra or Ganga. They have smaller drainage basin. So here you can see the peninsular part of India, and then you can also see the important rivers of this region. So you see Narmada and Tapti are the only long or big rivers that flow towards the west. But the rest of it in peninsular region flow into the eastward direction and drain into the Bay of Bengal. So you see Mahanadi, Godavari, Krishna, and then Kaveri, all this river flow in the eastward direction and drain finally into the Bay of Bengal. Now let us look at some of the important rivers from the peninsular part of India. The first one we are going to look at is the Narmada Basin. Okay, the Narmada River and the area that it covers. Now Narmada River's source is near Amarkantak in Madhya Pradesh, in the state of Madhya Pradesh. The distance that it travels is about 13 kilometers. Basically that means that it is 13 kilometers long. It drains into the Arabian Sea. We know Narmada is one of those long rivers which drain into the Arabian Sea. The other one is Tapti, and the rest in peninsular India drains into eastward into Bay of Bengal. Okay. The area that this river covers, it lies in the state of Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. Okay, it does not have a well developed tributary system. It does not have proper important tributary rivers forming the tributary system. It forms marble rocks near Jabalpur. Okay, and another waterfall that it leads to its formation is called Dhaudar Fall. Alright, so here you can see the flow of the Narmada river and its basin, so the area that it covers. Okay, so it flows through Madhya Pradesh and Gujarat. The next is Kaveri Basin. Now the source of Kaveri is in Brahmagir range of the Western Ghats. It flows for over 800 kilometers. That's the distance it covers. And it finally drains into the Bay of Bengal in the east. The end of it, okay, the mouth, towards the mouth, it's called Kaveri Patnam. Okay, it ends in Kaveri Patnam. And the basin, the area that it covers, lie in the states of Karnataka, Tamil Nadu and Kerala. So it flows through 3 of the states in southern India. The next river that we are going to look at is Krishna River and its basin. The source of the Krishna River lies near Mahabaleshwar. It flows for about 1400 kilometers and finally it reaches the Bay of Bengal. The Krishna River is the second longest river of peninsular India. Okay, the longest being Godavari. It has important tributaries and those tributaries are Bhima, Musi, Ghatprabha, Koyna and Tungabhadra. And the area that Krishna River covers and its tributary covers are those which are part of the states of Maharashtra, Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Telangana and Simandra. Okay. The next important peninsular river that we are going to look at is Godavari. Now Godavari River is the largest among all the peninsular rivers, okay, in India. Its source lies in Nasik, which is in the state of Maharashtra. It covers a distance of 1500 kilometers from its source to finally drain into the Bay of Bengal. Okay, it has the largest drainage basin. Obviously, it is the largest river of all the rivers in peninsular region and hence it also has the largest drainage basin. And this area which covers the area that the river covers, they are located in the states of Maharashtra, Madhya Pradesh, Orissa and Andhra Pradesh. It has numerous tributaries, alright, and Godavari, the river Godavari is also known as Vrida Ganga or Dakshin Ganga. Okay, it is so important. So in north we have Ganga river, right, which is very important. In the south, Godavari, which is very important for the southern part, is also called Dakshin Ganga, Ganga in the south, alright, or Vrida Ganga. Its tributaries are called Purna, Wardha, Pranhita, Manjra, Wainganga, Penanga. Okay. Now the next one that we are going to look at is Mahanadi River and its basin. Mahanadi River has its source in Chhattisgarh. It flows through Orissa to reach Bay of Bengal, and in that process it covers 885 kilometers of distance. Okay, its drainage basin or the area covered by this river lies in Chhattisgarh, Jharkhand, Orissa and the state of Maharashtra. Okay, now the next one that we are going to look at is Tapti Basin. We know that Narmada and Tapti are the only two long rivers which flow towards the west in the peninsular part of India. The source of Tapti river is in Betul, which is in the state of Madhya Pradesh. It flows parallel to the river Narmada. Okay, so parallel means without touching each other, without crisscrossing each other. But it is smaller than Narmada. Narmada is bigger or larger than Tapti river. The area that Tapti river covers are those parts of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and the state of Maharashtra. So the basin, Tapti basin lies in the states of Madhya Pradesh, Gujarat and Maharashtra. Now apart from all these important rivers from the peninsular region, there are other smaller rivers as well, and they are Mahi, Penar and Sabarnarekha. Okay, so these are the three smaller rivers apart from the important and larger ones that we just discussed in detail.